we're just getting ready to do some caulking. So we've got our gun, which is a dripless gun. Pretty cheap at your local paint store. You see how that works? Pushes the trigger forward, and then you can just pull this back when you want to take your caulking out. So after you cut your tip on your caulking, I usually use about, I don't know, 45 or maybe 30-degree angle on my tip. You want to take this built-in little needle that's built into your gun, you just slide it out. It just goes flush with the frame. Pull that out, put it on the top of your caulking. That just creates flow in case there's any clogs. Wipe it off with a little rag. Put the piece back where it belongs, the tool. Slide this in, opening first, onto the base. See, the base goes into the gun. Slide it into the hole, and then push that forward a little bit just to hold it in there. And give it a couple squeezes until you get some caulking out. See? Just like that. So we're going to take it up to a little hole on the ceiling. We're just going to put, there's a little hole there in the ceiling. It's not a pretty ceiling, but we're just sealing it. Put my gun right in the hole there, pull the trigger, and the darkness disappears. Here's another spot here in the kitchen. You can see the wall. Right in here. Mud work isn't perfect, so we're going to run a bead of caulking right down there. Nice and quick and smooth, just like this. I just use my finger. A lot of guys will use a wet rag. It's all about personal preference. I just pull it down there. Since we haven't painted yet, this is perfect, and that's it. Just creates a clean little surface there. I'm also going to do it right up here along the ceiling where it's a little bit of a gap, and maybe in and along here. Always make sure your fingers are clean when you do this, that you don't have any gunk or anything on them, because you'll pull that right through your caulking line. Make sure your tip is clean before you put that to the wall or the surface. It's just a great way to fix unsightly or damaged corners. Maybe the drywall wasn't perfect, or the house is old. There's many uses for caulking other than the traditional painter's use, which is around windows and door trim. So now that all the caulking's done, which is, generally done before you paint anything, we can go ahead and prime or paint, do whatever we need to do, and we don't have to worry about our paint lines being crooked or seeing darkness in areas where there may be indentations or holes that the caulking would have otherwise filled up. We traditionally, as painters, use them, like I said, on windows, doors, baseboards. But there's lots of uses for caulking. But even in the bathroom, like I mentioned, if it has silicone in there to resist water,